Hey guys, and welcome back to Common Courtesy. I'm your host and moderator, Sean Nicholas, aka Desire Some More. And next to me on my panel, we have Nikki Prue. Hello.
Hello.
Hey,
Hi,
and then over here, we have our guest co-host for this today. We have Nicole Tarantelli. Did I say it right?
Yes, you did.
Did I say it right?
You got it. High five.
Thank you. Yes, welcome to the show.
Thank
Hello.
you.
How is everyone today?
Doing fantastic.
Okay. Fantastic, good, yeah.
How about you?
I'm awake, you know.
And you look fabulous.
I was up doing Hot Topics all day and doing karaoke at the garage, so that was fun.
Nice.
Last night, I drank too much alcohol. Nikki, it's your first time. Nicole, well, Nikki, we call her both.
There's a lot of Nikki.
There's a lot of
Nikki's going on here.
Yeah, like come to our
Little
job.
Nikki,
like,
tall
the
Nikki.
Nikki
Gotcha.
epidemic.
I feel like everyone has and then we have Nick there too.
Whenever anybody goes Nick, all four of us go.
Look.
Nobody knows. Nobody ever knows.
So,
That's why I do that.
So, something new with me, I was telling you guys, we were just getting ready for the show today, and this guy is sending me, like, porn through Facebook. That's my question, is Facebook
Unsolicited.
Messenger?
Let's just make sure that's out there.
Exactly.
Unsolicited. You didn't know this person,
No.
right?
No, you
Never-
just said, I'm sorry, what kind of porn was it? Was it like a dick pic or was it like
No,
a
it was
video?
like straight up porn, like video, yeah. Well, I consider pornography as video, you know, but I forget
me
that it's
too,
everything.
but
yeah,
It is good to clarify, though, because
Yeah.
you just never know. But how? Like what?
What was it?
Why?
We want to know. We
But
want to know.
Why did this
It
happen?
was a sex video, and it was just not. Why? I was asking myself.
It was like 2:30 in the afternoon.
Right.
I mean,
I don't understand why.
12 hours later, I
My
can
question is,
understand.
like, why is Facebook allowing this to happen? But that is another topic for another
But it was
day.
through Messenger. It wasn't like on your page.
Not on my page,
right?
No. But it's to me, it's still even though
still should
it's
be connected.
Yeah.
You know, the rules should still
stay
apply.
the same. Yeah, and I'm just kind of wondering why Facebook is kind of not doing their job in that department because I'm confused how you can send that type of material over Facebook because the children have Facebook now as well. So,
Absolutely.
you know, predators, who's to say predators aren't sending them videos or, you know.
I
100%.
guarantee. Listen to me. My one of my best friend's daughters. She's now 19. She had like 1,800 friends at 13 years old, and I'm like, you do realize that like 1,000.
I don't even know 1,000 people.
I don't like 30 people.
Right.
But I'm like, you do realize that most of these people are like probably like they're sending her pictures as a 13-year-old boy, and I guarantee they're not.
They can't
They're
be.
not.
I mean, I don't know. I just kind of, because like with the whole Russian investigation, and I think Facebook should hold accountability to that. Be careful, that's where the mic is. Because they're in the Mueller report, they weren't mentioned as being indicted on any charges, but they were the ones that were spreading the media, the fake news to America. And I'm like, where's the accountability for Facebook? Like, they should be held accountable for this type of behavior, especially like what happened to me.
They should be responsible for what's happening on their platform.
On their platform, yeah.
And when it's inappropriate, do something about it.
And what
I
happened
mean, they're
was-
monitoring everything else. Think about how many people just get reported or blocked for
No reason at all.
stupid things.
Like dumb shit.
But that is allowed to go through.
But you get
There's a
sex
flaw
video.
there. Yeah.
Anywho, really quick, I just kind of want to touch on this subject before we get into different topics today. Early this weekend, we lost another life through a police officer shooting an unarmed woman. So what happened in Texas this weekend, Adriana Jefferson, 28 years old, around 2:25 a.m., she was at her home with her nephew. They were playing video games, and a neighbor noticed that her door was open, and they called the non-emergent police number, because there is one. You can have 911, and then there's a non-emergent number that you can call.
Just to check on somebody.
He called for a welfare check because their door appeared to be open. And so the police got there, which I thought was kind of weird. Well, I'll get into that in a minute. The police came and they were checking around the house to see what was going on. And when they got to her back window, or wherever she was in the house, she looked out the window, and the officer he said to her, you know, put your hands up, let me see your hands, and seconds later shot her. There's video online as well. Even though it's very heavily edited, there's video online that we can see the whole thing happen. Let's get some reactions. I'm gonna go to Nikki first. How did you? The question is, well, let's give reactions. And we'll ask the question.
I think there's only one reaction, and it's just outrage, confusion. I mean, like I think I said earlier, how are they going to explain this away? Like, this kind of thing has been happening a lot, obviously, that we've been seeing more and more in the past few years. But, I mean, this was a 28-year-old unarmed woman. I know there was mention of a gun being present in the home.
Right.
But the way it was mentioned, there's no way it didn't seem, from what I read, that it was anywhere near her hand or her physical possession.
Right, because he said he perceived the threat.
Well, no.
How do you perceive a threat?
That's some bullshit.
From a woman who's standing in her kitchen looking out a window at people who are searching the outside of your house with flashlights.
Right.
And honestly, I really, I kind of feel for the neighbor.
Yes.
Because he
feels
really,
responsible.
If you see your neighbor's door hanging open, if you're a good neighbor, you're going to be like, something's wrong.
Uh-huh.
You didn't call 911.
Uh-huh.
And he said he felt like if he hadn't called the police, she might still be alive. And he said it makes you not want to call the police for anything. And it's so unbelievably sad to me and disgusting.
Right. Nicole?
I have no idea what it would even, as a police officer, because you and I are both women. I get followed a lot. So I don't own a gun for a reason, because I will fucking shoot you. But for somebody to be in their own home with their 8-year-old nephew babysitting, looking through a window, and you get shot for no reason. It
not even safe in your own home.
No,
for what? And
it
for
enrages
what reason?
me. And I literally just read this story like 20 minutes ago. So I'm like, little. And I'm not saying that we shouldn't have guns or we shouldn't have the, whatever, because I grew up around guns. I grew up being comfortable with guns. My father taught me how to shoot guns, and that's not what I'm saying. But I am saying we should be scared of the police now.
That's what.
I mean,
that's
the police are literally shooting she's a woman in a house by herself with an 8-year-old.
I know.
And you can't even be put your hands up in the.
Seconds later.
Literally.
Now, for me, because I was just as angry as you were, because honestly, it's high time for a real conversation between the African American community and the police force. Because how I saw it was this dude. I was having a conversation with my grandmother's nurse earlier. She said this dude would not have gone to a white neighborhood. I'm just gonna say it. A white neighborhood and walk around the house and check with your gun drawn. It wasn't an emergency call. You're supposed to from what I know, a welfare check, you're supposed to go to the door and knock on the door and ring on the door to make sure they're okay. Not immediately, because to me, now that I've been away from reading the story, it looks like they put blinders on, goggles. Well, hold on. They put goggles on, going in that situation in that neighborhood, expecting a certain thing to happen or expecting a certain outcome.
That's exactly.
And honestly, for me, it's high time there has to be a conversation, because it's bullshit that you stand in the damn window and.
Why weren't they knocking on the door?
That's the
Why
question.
weren't they knocking on the door?
Exactly.
You're walking around the back door of the house. You're gonna scare the living daylights out of somebody.
And why would they even walk?
Anybody, whether you're white, black, Puerto Rican, Mexican, if somebody's in my fucking backyard walking around peeking into windows, I'm gonna be scared and I may shoot you.
Right. Because another conversation is what would have happened if she shot him.
Exactly. She would be.
Would she? Because you know what? This stand your ground case, the cases that have been popping up everywhere, that is a stand your ground type of ruling.
Right.
And case
Absolutely.
Because you're on their property. Because yes, you're a police officer, but you didn't announce your presence. You didn't announce.
You didn't even knock on the door, let alone announce your presence.
Right.
You didn't.
Now, an update from this: the officer was arrested.
He should have been.
He was arrested for murder.
Absolutely.
So my question is, this is on the coattails of another officer-involved shooting, Amber Geiger, when she shot both from John in his house. It was like, remember, she thought it was his apartment. I don't know if you heard that story. She thought it was. Yes.
Oh, she walked into the wrong apartment and shot somebody.
Right.
Oh, how do you do that?
And that's coming off the coattails of that. And
Wow.
So my question is this: once I lay this framework out, so in that case, she was sentenced for 10 years, which I don't think is enough. And the brother said, I forgive you, give her a hug or anything like that. My question is, in that case, how much time and punishment did this man deserve for taking his life? Because if someone kills my brother, I'm not gonna say I'm sorry. I mean, I'm not gonna. I do feel bad for you, but now my brother's gone. You know what I mean? So
and you can't bring him back.
So yes. So my question is: so this girl got 10 years. I think it's not enough because this guy was only 28. He was 26. She's 31. She's got 5 more years on him. You know what I mean? And she. So how much time do you think, or punishment? Like, what do you think we're gonna see?
My question is who is teaching these police officers, or who is teaching these people to shoot through a window or do this? Like, you're in the wrong house.
I think it's more a matter of not filtering out people who are just naturally trigger happy and on power trips, and unfortunately.
But why are they
like
police officers? There should be, like, you have to go through.
Because they're smart enough to sneak through and get a position and use it.
I don't believe that, because there are specific psychiatric tests that you have to go through to even, and lie detector tests. Like, if you're trigger, like, you can figure this stuff out.
Can rule out everybody.
Like,
think about how many corrupt police officers there are out there.
Well, yeah, I get the corrupt police officers, but the trigger happy people. He shot a 28-year-old woman.
Right.
In her house, babysitting, not doing. There was no party going on. There were no drugs there. There was no alcohol there. So what? Who is letting these people, police officers that we're supposed to respect, who kind of don't now, walk around and go into a backyard and shoot a 28-year-old woman?
Right.
Letting these people have those jobs with those guns, because I have to go get, like, a certificate to have a gun. They have to do a background check on me. Like, how are these people allowed to walk around every day with a fucking gun in their hand?
Right. I don't know. Nikki?
I mean, I don't really know what else to say about it. It's just one of those things.
Because, like, I mean, but
there's a million questions. I think it's just, like, yeah, they need to put in place better training programs, but that doesn't mean it's such a widespread problem. It's hard to say what the solution is.
I mean, I think the road to solution is to keep the lines of communication open, because, I mean, obviously the shit was an accident. Like, we're very angry and upset. I'm sure the family's angry as well. I don't really think that this man went there intending to kill this woman.
No.
I don't think so. But at the same time, a life is lost. And it has to, I think the conversation between the police force and the black community, and even every community, they need to have conversations and talk and come together. Because, like I said,
I agree.
How I kind of felt was when they went to that neighborhood, because they didn't park in the front, they parked them down the street. Yeah, and there's a lot of things wrong with that story that I'm like.
You parked down the street.
Honestly, I think the other police officer should face some type of retribution as well, because he's an officer as well, and they have the same training. They should know the same things. So what was the choice to, investigate it that way? Like I said, I feel like they walked into that situation with a preconceived notion of what they're going to find, and someone got killed.
Yeah, that didn't deserve to get killed for no reason.
Okay, so reading a whole bunch of advice columns, I have some fun little topics and stories, and I found this one very interesting. So, a college student, I think she was like 20 years old, she was babysitting for a mutual friend of hers. She was babysitting like 2 children. I think one of them was like 6 months, and the other one's a toddler. She babysitted the children for like 3 hours, and the parents came home, and the mother was like saying, "I think it's too tacky to pay you. I'm going to take you out to lunch." So the question that I have today for the panel is it tacky to pay your friends to babysit for you? We're going to go to Nicole first.
Well, one of my best friends has a 5-year-old, and sometimes she needs a babysitter at the last minute, and I do it for free because this person, Victoria, you know her, has literally helped me out so much in my life. Like when I didn't have a car, she let me drive her truck. So whenever she needs something, anything, if it's a babysitter or not, done. You don't have to give me shit because. I mean, we're just like, but that's the type of friend that I am too, as well. So like, if you help me out, I'll help you out. She's actually tried to pay me to babysit, and I'm like, no. And her kid, big butt Nikki.
Nicole, Nikki, what do you think?
I think I kind of agree with Nicole too. I think it depends on the circumstance. I mean, I have friends who have kids that I would be happy to babysit because I would want to hang out with them. People that you're close to. I never have. If it's like an every, a weekly arrangement or whatever, like if it's an ongoing arrangement, maybe like some kind of like payment, something should be worked out in that case. I feel like just because I feel like both parties would feel better about it, unless of course, they didn't care. I feel like for me, if I had to devote a certain amount of time a week to something like that,
yes, I agree.
I would probably need to just because of the way my schedule is. But once in a while, if I'm just not working, I just wouldn't think of it.
And
probably.
if anybody who knows me, like I'm not a kid person. Like it's not that I dislike children because I don't. It's just like I don't have to be around them.
They're not like your main jam.
No, I'm 42 years old. I don't have kids. But he was the best kid. He literally was like.
He is a cutie.
Oh my God, he looks.
So wait, I don't want to get off topic.
Sorry,
I don't get off
just throw that
topic.
out there.
But because here's what I think: if I want my fucking money, I mean, because unless it was talked about earlier, I've just never heard that. Like I'm gonna take you out to lunch for watching my kids. And the girl in the article even said, $20 would have went a long way, but I guess I have to wait to lunch. Because to me, the average person, because your story, that's Vicky. That's your friend, you know what I mean?
Yeah, she's my best
your best friend.
Yeah.
And that makes sense to me. Like, okay, yeah, I would do that, you know what I mean?
Yeah. You're right. In the case of the baby,
in the case of
the
that,
kid, she should have paid her.
Because they barely knew each other. I'm like, where my money at? Like,
I wasn't even really thinking about that.
I think it was more tacky for that woman to come home and say that shit. Thinking
what if I don't want to have dinner with you, lady?
Well,
what if I just want to take my money and go?
Because I tell you what, I'm not watching somebody's kids that I don't like.
Right.
If you're not my friend, I ain't watching.
Right. I mean, well, they asked her to babysit, and I felt like she obviously wrote into the advice column. She thinks that she should be paid.
Absolutely. If it's not my good friend, like my good friend Jess has a little baby, and she's 3.
Well, I mean, even
Victoria,
even as a good friend, I still think that you should pay them because they are taking time out of their day. But at the same time, it's like it ensures satisfactory not only on my part but on theirs. Because you never know what happened all that whole night. You know what I mean? Like here's $50 to watch. Here's $50 for watching my kid. Yeah. Just for me personally, I've never heard of that. Like, I mean, there's different favors like bartering systems, right? Like, you take my shift, I take your shift. You know what I mean?
Right.
In that instance, just for me.
Well, kids
call me an asshole. Call me an asshole, but like, yo, where's my money?
Listen to me. I'm the biggest asshole. And I am I'm not a kid person, but I will help my friends out because you're my friend, and clearly I love your kid if I'm your friend. But if I don't know you and somebody, there's absolutely no way that if I don't know you that well, that I'm watching your damn kid. And then you're like, lunch. What are we talking? Subway or are we talking Burns? Like what
and I have to go there
lunch are we talking about?
I mean, it was very vague.
Is there a bottle of wine involved?
Yeah. What 21-year-old doesn't want to have dinner with the mom of the kid she just babysat for?
None. Oh.
None.
Yeah.
I just.
So. And we're walking.
And we're moving on. And we're moving on. All right, so that topic. So next topic. So anyways, I don't know about you guys. This is an age-old topic, but I just want to chime in on this. Let's say, you see your friend's boyfriend. He's at the bar. He's at the mall, whatever, whatnot. and you see him with another girl, and it's obviously they're not there, or another man, and it's obviously they're not there, playing Monopoly or going to the arcade. They're gonna there's something going on. Yeah, they're kissing, holding hands.
Something going on.
Obviously, there's some cheating going on. So, all right. So my question is, should you tell your friend if their boyfriend or husband is cheating on them? Should you tell them? I'm gonna go to Nikki first because I'm going to you. I'm going to Nikki first.
Okay, so yes, you should. However, you also have to be prepared for that person to possibly lash out at you and maybe not even believe you at all, and for it to turn into a big fight, and for a lot of other bad things to snowball because people don't want to believe what they don't want to believe. So even though it's a close friend coming to them, telling them, and they know deep down this person wouldn't lie, certain people aren't able to face that, and they want to take it out on not the person that might be cheating, but on the person who brought them the news.
Wow.
So I still think it's always important to try to find the best way to do it, but to tell someone, but I've learned to be prepared for backlash because there usually is a fair amount.
So you're saying yes?
Yeah.
Yes.
And then Nicole, what about you? What do you think?
Absolutely. I feel the same way that she does because first of all, I totally get what you're saying. And if somebody came to me and said that stuff, because I only have a very tight group of people that I love and that I trust, and if you came to me and said, hey, I saw so-and-so out, I know that you're not lying to me and you're not making it up.
But you're a rational,
I'm a rational
logical
human
thinking
being.
person.
And
some people only can think with their emotions, and then they're so wrapped up in something, and they may have already had suspicions, and it's one of those if I don't look at it, it's not true.
I've had that stuff happen in high school, but I feel like I'm 42, that shit shouldn't happen. But if any of y'all came to me and said, hey, I saw your boyfriend out with such and such, did you know? Because, to be honest,
Right, because what reason would we have to lie?
Right. Why you have no reason. Absolutely. You don't have a reason to you. So why would you be lying to me about that? And then, see, I'm a sneaky bitch. I won't, I might, go kick some shit out back, but, I'm gonna bust your ass. Go through your phone. I'm gonna catch you in the act.
So, just to play devil's advocate a little bit, I would probably say no. I don't think I would tell that person. I wouldn't tell them vocally. I would try to show them because just like you guys said, there's always no one wants to believe. No one wants to believe the things that they don't want to believe. You know what I mean?
Right.
No one wants to do that.
So no, and you're right.
I think just play devil's advocate. I wouldn't say anything. I would kind of let's say they're hanging out at Bernie's or Enigma. I would bring them there. Be like, girl, what you doing? Come to Enigma. Hurry up. Or I'll buy you some drinks.
Or so what you're saying is if you were seeing the person out and then you'd be texting me you need to get here real quick.
I wouldn't even say,
quick.
I mean, yeah, I wouldn't even mention that they're there. You know what I mean?
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. Just meet me out and then bust them out, but incognito. I got you.
I mean, if you can pull that off, that's 100% way better. But
Well, see, here's the.
Because I'm shady like that. I'm shady like that. I would do that. I will scheme and be like, you know what? Oh, hell no.
But see, it's so much easier. See, the person that I am, I just want you, I want you to tell me to my face and be blunt. You don't have to sugarcoat shit. Just tell me. Just spit it out. Just tell me. And that's how I am with people, and that's why most people don't like me because, that's just... It's not that I'm not trying to hurt your feelings. That's just who I am, and I just...
because I feel like, I feel like I said, love kind of puts you in a crazy state of mind. And
love will...
Up, and then, who's to say, you tell this person, they're like this, oh, well, I love Johnny, he would never do that, blah, blah. Because think about it, even though you're there for that person's friend, that this person's their intimate partner. They see them naked. They've seen everywhere.
Right. They've seen everything.
They've seen everything.
Everything.
And they share a life together. So, of course they may not believe you. That's just to be devil's advocate. I would be like, girl, what you doing? come to Enigma. I got drinks.
I got a drink waiting for you.
I'll be
and
here
then
20
and
minutes.
then homegirl shows up and sees
it,
and you're like,
I mean, hey, a picture's worth 1,000 words. You know what I mean? But like, these days we see videos are worth even more.
Aren't they just?
Because if you, I mean, if you see it in front, I mean, I like if you see it, you see it. You know, like I don't know. That's how I feel. Nikki, you got everything out? Everything, yeah. Okay.
Got it. Yeah.
So this next one's fun. Okay. All right. So I was reading a story the other day, and this woman was talking about her and her husband. They just had a kid. But they had 2 children, and they've been married for like maybe 5 years, something like that. And what happened is she's like, he's gained a little weight, and there's a new guy that I work with, and I have a crush on him. So her question was, should you tell her husband about her crush that she has on another person that's not her husband? Let's go to Nicole first over there, because she looks like she's already answering, like now.
No. Well, it depends on like who you're dating, because there could be somebody, like if somebody told me that, I'm comfortable with myself, that I'm like, okay, you've got a crush. I'm not going to like turn into fucking psycho. But there are people that are going to turn into a psycho and like start going through your phone even if you're not doing anything wrong. So I really think that it depends on the person that you're with. Because like if I know you and you're not going to freak out about something like that, then I'd be like, oh, and like I like girls too. Like I prefer men over women, but I have girl crushes. And I would totally...
So you're saying no, you shouldn't tell your partner, or yes?
I feel like it depends on the person that they are, because you may get stabbed in your sleep, or they may be okay with it. You know what I mean? It depends on who the person that you're dating is with.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So, okay, but what would you tell them? No. Just depends on who they are?
Yes.
Right.
No. Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, and then Nikki. How do you...
No, I don't think so, because especially in this particular case, she starts off by saying that her husband has gained some weight. What she's saying is she's kind of like sick of the sight of him, and she's kind of looking around. The fact that this woman's even asking, should I tell my husband that I have a crush on someone at work because I keep telling him what a fat ass he is, and maybe I'll just give him something else to feel shitty about. Hey, why would you? No, I definitely don't think so. And I think this woman,
I totally agree with her.
I feel like she definitely plans on leaving her husband. So I'm like, well, are you telling him so you can ask for a divorce, or are you just like, hey honey, I have a crush on this guy at work, we cool?
No, yeah, that's like, when you put it like that, it's not okay.
That's all the more I thought about it. I'm like, I don't.
But I love your response, because it's real. And it is, because let me tell you something, and I'm going to say something really blunt. If somebody gains a little bit of weight, like, I'm super sensitive down there. If you're big old fat.
Okay. All right, so this is what I say.
Sorry.
I'm gonna have a lot of editing to do tonight. I'm gonna have a lot.
You're welcome for the practice.
Kidding.
Gonna flex his editing muscles.
You're welcome for the practice.
I mean, so would I say something? Yeah, I would. For me, I think relationships work better with better communication. And honestly, I think it's a fool's pipe dream that if you think that if just because I'm married to you or dating you, you're the only person that I'm attracted to,
No, which is fine. Right.
Yeah.
In this case, it sounded a bit like she was looking for an excuse to leave.
To
if you're in a
have a
healthy
crush.
place with your partner, and you're both in a healthy place with yourself, totally normal to be like, oh no, this whatever, he's the cutest, or she's totally get that.
Mm-hmm.
In this case, it just sounded like it was kicking someone when they were down.
Or
You know what? It just sounded like she was looking
like,
for
you're a
reasons
fat ass. I just
to
want to
not
look at
wanna-
somebody else
Oh,
naked.
just over because why else would she lead with that? But I get what you're saying there.
Yeah,
I just
'cause
mean none of it's gonna be like hurtful intentionally.
Yeah.
Playful and like honest, 100%.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
If there's no reason to
would
like
you-
make
okay,
someone
let's
feel
get
bad,
Let's get closer. Like, would you tell Sean? Would you tell Sean if you had a crush on someone that you work with? Is it a guy
I
or
mean-
someone she works with?
Is this?
Yeah, well, yeah, and that's what I mean, and I can see, yeah, I guess, but like, I mean, I guess I would be able to do that, yeah.
I mean,
like a
just,
guy or
It's
girl?
not to
Or, like-
change, not to change your response, but like I said, for me,
Right, you know
think
what?
it's-
I would because it wouldn't have any threat. It would mean no threat to my relationship. I think
Right.
that's what I was trying to come
But
around.
Exactly.
she's not. What she's saying
This woman's
is that,
unhappy, and it sounds like that's
Yeah,
a thing.
right.
Sorry.
Because she's
Yeah.
unhappy with her fat ass husband.
And I'm not. So like, if that was a thing, it wouldn't be a big
thing.
deal because there would be no threat there.
But we are all human beings. We're all going to be attracted. Like I'm attracted to men and women, and like I'm not going to be sorry for that.
right.
You know what I mean? Like me and my ex used to go. We used to have conceited contests to see who could get more chicks' numbers. And of course, I would always win because I'm like, hey, I'm in this contest with my boyfriend. Give me your phone number.
Yep. Smart.
Totally cheated, but
But
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because I agree with Nicole. I agree with you guys. It's like as long as your relationship's fine, you know, everything's cool beans. Yeah, say it. But at the same time, even for me, even if it's not, I think you should be honest. Because like if you're having, because of the fact that she has this problem now is she hasn't said anything, you know, since
Right.
it happened.
Well,
What the hell was
and-
that?
It was just my phone.
Because like she hasn't said anything in a long time, so the crush is building, you know. Rather,
Oh,
'cause I feel
absolutely. The momentum is going.
The momentum's going. I feel like once you tell your boyfriend, like my ex Scott, even though I would tell him to his face, I'm like that guy is really hot. I have a crush on.
Oh yeah.
The old general manager that used to work at Dr. Barbecue. I thought he was really cute, you know. And I told him because I'm comfortable in myself and him, but then also. It's just being honest, like
Right.
You're not going to be attracted to just one person in the world, and it's a fool's
No.
dream if you're dating someone and they get jealous of you of that. Fuck that shit. Like
No,
leave-
Jealousy is
absolutely
just
not.
a waste.
Jealousy
I
is a
wasted
wasted
so much
emotion.
It is. That's exactly.
It's
and
a
I
wasted
wasted so much
emotion.
time on it in my youth that I just don't have any
Doesn't
time
do
for it
anything.
anymore.
No.
All right, it's here. That's today's episode. Yay!
Woo!
Yes. All right, thank you for Nicole for being here for guest co-hosting, girl. Like yes. She's been wanting to be on the show for quite some time.
Finally got her.
I have.
We finally got her
The
here.
Nikki sandwich over
And
here
well, and squared. I know we should have had you
in the middle making Nikki
next
sandwich.
time. Next time.
Again, I'm Sean Nicholas, aka Desire Some More. This is Nicole, Nikki Prue, and this is Nicole Tarantelli. We will see you guys next week. And Nicole, what do we like to say to everyone?
Always remember to have just a little bit of common courtesy.
See
Just
you guys
a little
next
bit.
week. See you guys
All
next
takes.
week.
Bye.
Bye.